What's up, LC heads? And I hope you're having an awesome pre-Valentine's Day celebration. If that's what you're doing, if that's what you're into, that's definitely what's going on over here in Last Cloudia. And they are giving us some cool stuff, right? You're going to be able to get some of these exchange tickets. There's prisms to exchange for. This right here is the hero exchange. We're just kind of looking at this. Everybody's going to get to pick one of these lovely ladies to have for Valentine's Day. So why not talk about, you know what some of the better options are here. Now, here's what's cool about this, first and foremost. Saintly Theria here, the only character I don't have, is somewhat of a limited hero. You can only get her around Christmas time, and a long time ago in a galaxy right effing here, Saintly Theria was the highest light magic damage in the game. If you gave her Maja's Wand and a couple other simple things, this girl would just blow through everything with crazy-ass light damage. I even had her little black dress once upon a time. I could never pull her, though. And, after I switched accounts, I never really even tried pulling for her again because she was a little outclassed by then, just IMO. And I'm not a huge fan of Christmas colors all year round. Although I think her little black dress changes how she looks a little bit. Still a little Christmas-ish to me. Right? So that's one of the things I'm going to get out of this is obviously I'm going to have Saintly Theria. Now, if you are a super mega whale amongst whales, well, this is just going to be worth some prism souls to you, which if you're a super whale, you probably don't give a shit because you pull so many effing dupes along the way whenever you're trying to get anything that you probably have, 300 prism souls just sitting around already. I think I have probably 150 of them, right? But let's talk about some of the heroes that are here and some of the better options. Now, everyone's going to want something different just depending on what your account is and what you have. But there's definitely some heroes here that you probably would be better off choosing something else. So let's talk about that. First and foremost, Saintly Lilibet is here. I think that's a big one to talk about. Saintly Lilibet only comes around once a year, apparently for Christmas. Well, she comes around for Christmas, but apparently you can get her for Valentine's Day now too. Saintly Lilibet's going to be my number one pick. I think we're going to go through the list, but I can tell you right now, she'd probably be my number one pick here because she has a basic attack spam. You hit her S1 and you hit her basic attack together, and she super machine gun spams her basic attack. There's plenty of videos out there if you guys want to look up exactly how to do it. Just type in Saintly Lilibet attack spam, right? And I've always liked her for that because she's one of the only heroes whose basic attack is actually worth a shit. You can put a bunch of killers on her. They cost less. And you can just basic attack spam stuff to death. She also has a nice S3 to throw when you're not basic attacking, spamming. So all in all, Saintly Lilibet, man, I still use her when it comes to some ice damage. I bust her out every chance I get. Because it really is nice to not have to worry about your kit running out because your basic attack never runs out. As long as you have one S1 to throw, you can use that basic attack spam. So all it takes is 3 SC for S1 charge, and you're going to start the fight with an S1, and you're going to be able to spam her basic attack. Very useful, and it gives us something to do with killers and things that empower your actual basic attack. So Saintly Lilibet's probably going to be my number one choice here. We have Elza, Region of Fire, Elza. Now, anybody that's going to be picking Elza over Region of Fire, Elza, I don't know why you would do that, but we have choices here. Same thing with Lily. We have Lily, and then we have Advocate of God Lily. You're probably going to want the Advocate version, right? Syrah, our other mainstream healer in Last Cloudia. And I believe on this account, I was building Syrah up more than Theria. So I might just stick with that. We have Advocate of God DeGrogue. DeGrogue, pretty cool. She is a spear user, and a lot of people had a lot of fun with her, especially in Arena. Pretty damn cool. We have Rabla here. And Alice, I met a girl named Alice. I already got homies in the guild talking about Alice is coming home. Now, which Alice comes home? That's up to you. There's Cyber Slayer Alice. There's Alice Type S. And then there's Alice. So pick or choose the one that you want. Alice has an amazing special. She's one of our best light element specialists in the game. Her special just rocks. And she's just got a solid kit all around. And I have a feeling Alice, one of the forms of Alice, is going to be a lot of people's top picks. We also have Leona, right? What's important about this is these are all, what are they called? Heroes of Time, or they're the more limited Last Cloudia heroes. They're not in the general pool. That's what I'm trying to get at, right? And we have like their shift forms too. Like Leona is a descendant of heroes, and Leona Summer, Princess Summer, she's more limited even than that, because I think we got her for some summer celebration, right? So I would look at this as maybe going for heroes that are more rare, that you're only going to be able to get here and there, right? Because they're going to put some heroes in here that, I mean, Mia, don't get me wrong, Mia is a very powerful unit, but she is not limited at all. And the number one piece of advice I would give here is do not pick a unit that is not limited. Do not pick anything from here that's in the general pool. Why would you pick Lena the Warlock? You're going to get her along the way when you're pulling for some hero you actually want. She's going to be a dupe that drops. Summoner Lena, same thing. Tinkili the Diva, I think she was a special unit. Nocturne Tikili. Nocturne Tikili is great, especially if you don't have Jen. Let's see, we have Meredy in here. The Inventive Queen Meredy. We have Lukiel. I would definitely go with Guardian Angel Lukiel. If you were going to go that way, she's pretty damn spiffy. Her special spam is still very, very awesome, and you can cheese your way through a lot of things with that. It stops time and lets her dump her kit, which is really, really cool. She has her own special mechanic, and when you're racing against the clock or when a boss is broken, it's nice to be able to stop time and dump her whole kit. So she's very cool for that. She also comes with like some healing and stuff to support. All right, we have Claire here, Genius Archer Fal, who I'm sure they're going to crap out a shift form of her anytime now. Maybe she'll have a machine gun instead of a bow. We have Killer Ice Princess Sivia, and we have Thunderbolt Sivia. Steel Wall Maddie. Please nobody fall for that. Do not pick Maddie. We have Sea Rover Maddie. They did a little bit of justice with Maddie by, coming out with the Sea Rover version of her. She got a fun kit to throw. We have Princess Leela, Sea Princess Leela, and we have Soul Reaper Melza. I wouldn't go for Melza either. She does look cool, and she has a cool scythe, but I actually think Soul Reaper Melza was, don't quote me on this, was she the first shift form that they dropped? Something along those lines. I remember her banner being up a long time ago, and I got excited for her just because she looks cool, right? She's not that great now, though, by any means. So I think a lot of people are going to go with Alice. My personal suggestion is look over Saintly Lilibet if you don't have her, because she's going to be a killer addition to anyone's account that doesn't already have Saintly Lilibet. She's going to bring you that basic attack spam, and you could just do a lot with that, and she's just a blast to run. Okay, so that's my top pick here. Obviously, we're going to have to go with Saintly Theria. And then we have the Prism trading space, right? And obviously, Prisms, well, they're not like impossible to get now, but it is nice to get some along the way without having to use, what are they called? Godmother Prisms, whatever they are. Those are kind of harder to grind out. I only have 6 of those myself. So it's nice to be able to grab up any prisms that you can along the way for your favorite heroes. And this is letting us do exactly that. Matter of fact, I'm pretty sure I'm going to get the Lilibet Prism. And I would just, use these to power up the heroes that you're actually using and playing with, right? If you're unlocking a hero, if you're leveling it up, just to get the ward bonus from it, right? Just to unlock that hero's ward, and you're not really going to be using the hero for anything other than that, just to get that bonus to all of your whole account, well, then you really don't really need to worry about prisms, do ya? Right? Prisms are for the heroes that you actually like to run, and you want to bring more SC on them. So I'll probably be using this as an opportunity, obviously, to power up Lilibet. Maybe I'll throw one on Sierra, right? And Alice, of course. I'm going to look through my different forms of Alice, and I'm going to see, you know, kind of where they're at. Leona would be another good one here too, just depending on what your account needs, right? If you need earth damage, yo, that might be the way to go, right? And here's Mia. Mia's here. Again, really cool hero. She does great damage. Some of the guildies were saying that if she was a Heroes of Destiny hero or whatever the hell it's called, she'd be broken. Well, she's not. She's super strong. She was recently added, but she's in the general pool. So again, powering her up with prisms, probably not the best idea, right? I would go for heroes that are going to be harder to pull. Let me give you guys an example here. Like Nocturnal Tinkili, you can't pull her. And if you can't pull her from the general pool and a banner's never up with her on it, how else are you going to get prisms for her? You're going to have to use your godmother prisms or whatever they're called. And those are far and few in between. So, again, I would power up the heroes that you're actually going to use and try to get prisms for the ones that you're actually going to be running to clear content with, because these prisms, of course, let you bring more SC on that hero, and you're going to want that on the heroes that you're actually using to clear content and slay bosses. So that's my best advice here. If I missed anything, please feel free to correct me. In fact, Lilibet, she's such a sure thing. We're going to snatch that up right now. So we get 3 of these, and I believe before this is over, we're going to get, you know, 1 ticket to actually pick a hero. So best of luck to everybody. Have an awesome Valentine's Day. I think mine's going to be pretty damn good. I got some plans. So yeah, I will see you all on the flip side. Everybody that's struggling through the collab right now, I'm right there with you. In fact, I have an announcement coming for the channel pretty soon that is going to affect our Last Cloudia content. It's going to affect what we're doing in Last Cloudia, and it's going to affect what we're recording in Last Cloudia. So I think I'm going to cover that when I actually finish this collab out. I've been trying to play it patient, and I've been like just kind of putting myself in the shoes of a free-to-play player. Let's grind everything out. Let's see if we can get this hero by just grinding Lapis out. I am talking about the second hero on the collab, the banner that's up right now. Mean Janine, or whatever her name is. I think she's a cool character. I like her S1. I don't know, can't really say much about her because I haven't really been able to play with her, right? I mean, in the few levels that you get to run her in your team, the fight's over before you can even throw anything more than 1 or 2 of her S1s. I have noticed that her S1 charges very quickly, and I am a fan of that, and I think she brings some awesome support too, but I don't know if any of that really works the way that I think it works. I'm just going off of the description that I can read about her. So can't wait to actually maybe get her and run her around. And yeah, that's what we're going to be talking about. So that might take a little bit of time. I've grinded out all the resources that I can. I mean, they added story, and I cleared all that out and got my whole 20 pulls of Lapis that I could get. And that's having quite the influence on me, because I'm taking a step back and I'm looking at this like, damn, they almost never add more story, and when they do, I get a whopping 20 pulls out of this. How do free-to-play players like deal with this crap? It's ridiculous. So yeah, as soon as I get her, we'll do a review on her. The event is over in 5 days, so you know, it'll be one of these things where I get her right at the end. If I really want her that bad, I'm still really trying to decide. I've used all the free resources. I've waited for all the free tickets. I think we might have one or two more single pull tickets that they're going to grace us with. And maybe I'll try my luck with that, but I'm not holding my breath. And when that time comes, I'll do a review on her. It'll be extremely late. It'll be like Levi all over again. I literally got Levi the very last day that banner was up. So it is what it is. And when that time comes, I will make the announcement and we'll talk about how we're going to be going about navigating the treacherous banners that Last Cloudia is releasing, because it's getting pretty dark and grim here. And this isn't just me. I mean, everybody in my guild has been talking about this. I'll give you guys a hint. I feel like we're at that point where Adis needs to make some changes. I dare say it. Final Fantasy Brave Exvius was at the same crossroads a long time ago. And they did the right thing. They kept the game alive. And they did that by making more resources available to people. According to people that still play Final Fantasy Brave Exvius, they're giving out Lapis left and right, and you can pull new heroes. And I mean, they kind of have to, right? Because you have to pull duplicates of heroes and combine 4 of them to make a super hero and whatnot. Last Cloudia is obviously somewhat of a different system, but I feel like they're at the same damn crossroads. I think a lot of the dedicated players, the day one players, I think they're really feeling hurt by Last Cloudia and the way that they're releasing content and the lack of Lapis that's being fed. Hey, if you just made an account, congratulations. There's going to be a good amount of Lapis for you to grind out and stuff like that. But any of us day one players, we're getting shit on pretty hard. So I'm going to end it on that. We'll discuss this on the next vid. Everybody have an awesome day, though, and make your choices count for these heroes, for these prisms. And I will see you on the flip side. Later, everybody.